Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Robin's Nest. It's been a few days since I've done a podcast video, whatever you want to call it. I've been under the weather. I'm still not completely on the other side of it yet. I don't know what it is, the flu, COVID. You know, unless I just outright feel like I'm dying, I usually don't go to the doc. Probably not a good habit to have, but I mean, it is what it is. So, been pretty rough. So just bear with me. I can't breathe hardly at all. So not good, not fun. But there's some things that I wanted to talk about. So we're gonna do a podcast video today. So as usual, if you enjoy listening to me ramble about motorsports, cars, and anything else I feel like talking about, make sure to like, subscribe, leave a comment, turn on notifications, the works. If you're interested in diecast cars, t-shirts, hats, auto parts, check out our eBay. And speaking of that, by the way, my wife and I set up. What is it called? It's not Whatnot, I think is what it's called. You set up auctions to sell stuff. And I had forgotten just how much NASCAR and racing memorabilia we actually do have. We have like literally a ton of stuff. So, and that's on the back of 2 different giveaways that I've done on this channel. We still have a ton of stuff. A ton of stuff. And so what I'm probably going to do just to get rid of it, because I'm tired of it taking up all the space, I'm going to start doing bundles, bundling everything together. So check out the eBay link, because that's where I'm going to start posting them. I'm probably going to start doing that tonight or tomorrow at the latest. We have just for, an example, we have a ton of Dale Earnhardt Jr. and Dale Sr. stuff and Kerry. And what I think I'm going to do is I'm just going to put all that stuff together and sell it just as like an Earnhardt lot. Also have a book by Kelly. So, cover basically the whole family that's in the public anyways. So, check that out. Also, if you're interested in more motorsports content, check out my Facebook. The link is in the description. I post strictly racing, racing stuff on Facebook. You can follow me on X as well. That link is also in the description. But we post, racing and political stuff over there. So, just be forewarned. If you don't want to see anything political, then just follow me on Facebook. It's easier for me to post. You can make posts on YouTube. It's a lot more fluid and a lot more easy. You got a little bit more freedom with what you can post on Facebook as opposed to YouTube. It is nice to do it on YouTube, but Facebook's better for that kind of stuff. So check it out. Without further ado, let's get into the rest of the video. I had forgotten about Super GT, which if you're not familiar with that, that's the Japanese sports car series, I guess what you call it. These cars are like super trimmed out with like aero body panels on them. And there's just really, really cool stuff. If you don't remember, Jenson Button, I don't remember what year it was, but Jenson, I think, did a couple seasons over there. Excuse me. I think Jenson did a couple seasons in Japan in Super GT. Jenson, like myself, Jenson loves Japan. I think his wife is Japanese, if I'm not mistaken. Don't quote me on that. Pretty sure I'm right, though. And so anyways, it's just a very cool series. I made a video Sunday, I believe it was. So go back and watch that. It's from 2004. It's kind of a crash video. I mean, it's what it's labeled as, but it's more so just like following some of the events that took place that year. I mean, yes, there are accidents in it, but when I make videos like that, compilation videos, I try to stretch out the clips as long as possible without it becoming, like monotonous. And I do that because I want to add as much context as possible. Because for me, when I watch these videos, it's not just about seeing crashes. I mean, crashes, that's not the reason I watch racing. I watch racing because I love the sport itself. I love the battles. I love going back and forth and that kind of thing. And so when I watch that stuff, I want to see things that go on around accidents. You know what I mean? You go back and watch any of the compilations that we did back when we started this channel. All of them, basically. All the clips run long. Some people don't like that, but like I said, I just want to in my mind, it may not come across that way, but in my mind, I want it to be more of like a documentary as opposed to just a run-of-the-mill compilation. Those are a dime a dozen on YouTube. So, anyways, we'll talk about NASCAR for a second. Jeff Gluck posted, I think it was the day before yesterday, or maybe it was yesterday. I don't really remember. But he said that currently, right now, the top 4 in the championship and the Cup Series, going into Martinsville, if they were to transfer right now, or the natural top 4 if it was a full season championship, which is great. Hey, cool. But the way that his post was structured, it was almost, and it's confusing to me because Jeff Gluck here recently has been one of the main guys that has been opposed, at least on X, to the playoffs. So I don't really understand where he's coming from with this post, but because if you're using that as a launching pad to make a case for the playoffs, it doesn't make sense, because 1 year of it working out to where like the natural top 4 guys in the points are the 4 guys currently before Martinsville that are going to go race in the championship race. Yeah, just because it happens 1 year, it doesn't negate everything that's led up to that. But then you also look at, okay, that's cool for the Cup Series, but look at the Truck Series. The Truck Series, Lane Riggs is below the cut line. And he has a very real possibility that he could, if he has any kind of issue at Martinsville, that he's out of the championship. And the problem with that is that Corey Haim, yes, has been the best driver all season. Now, I have my opinions on that, especially after what I saw at the Roval. And if y'all follow this channel, you know how I feel about that. But the second best team and driver, arguably, has been Lane Riggs all season. And so now you have people like Tyler Ankrum and Rajah, who are above the cut line in the top 4 in points. They have absolutely no, especially Tyler Ankrum. I understand that he won a race. He backed into that win. I'm sorry. I don't like, if it hurts anybody's feelings, I'm sorry. I hate it for you, but it's just true. He backed into the win that he got earlier in the season. And he's just been a mediocre driver his entire career. And it doesn't matter what team he drives for. And so he's in the top, like, what is he? It's insane to me. But this is, again, an illustration of the playoffs being completely broken. And they need to go away. There's no argument at this point that you can make for it. And I think the tide has almost completely turned. If you got on that thread that Jeff made and you looked in the comment sections, I don't know how many of these people were real or were bots, but there were a lot of people that were like, oh yeah, see, this proves that the playoffs are working. No, they're not, actually. Because you can even if you have the top 4 guys who, naturally are the top 4 in the championship based on the bulk, the rest of the season, you could still go into Homestead or Phoenix. I don't remember if Homestead's this year or next year. Whatever. The last race of the season. You could still go into that race and have the guy that's 4th in points win the championship. It's still a broken system. Completely broken. And I've made the case for it, a million times, that a full season championship is literally the only way to go, because anything else is, as far as the fans are concerned, is not going to make them happy. The ones who hate the playoffs. It's not going to, I'm one of those people. It won't make me happy, make of that what you will. I don't know that my opinion really matters, but I just want to see I want to see legitimate motorsport. And, it's like I actually watched Talladega Sunday. I can't believe I did, but I did. And it's just crazy to me that we have timeout breaks in the middle of a race. I don't get it. Why? Why does that exist? For more commercial breaks, you already shoved $1 million down our throat during the course of the event. Just add another one during the course of the race. You don't have to do a 15-minute caution period for that. The caution period thing is out of control anyways. You look at the truck race, what was it, Friday? And every time they had a caution, they ran around behind the safety car for a long, long time. Way longer than they needed to. And I think a lot of that, too, was like the playoff drivers who got wrecked. I think NASCAR was trying to be sly and slick, try to pull the wool over everybody's eyes. I think they were trying to give all those guys time to fix their trucks. Which that's the thing about modern NASCAR is like why do you have your thumb on the scale? Why? That's not racing. That's like the Jerry Springer show or WWE. It's not real. If you're manipulating the flow of the race in order to help someone out, that is not real racing at all. I think it was Racer who posted. They were talking about Chase Briscoe after the Cup race on Sunday. He ended up winning it, and so he's going to race for a championship for the first time. And they made an article, and the headline was something like, Chase Briscoe is heading to the championship race for the first time in his career. What? So did he sit home every year prior to this when he didn't make it? I've never understood that. I've heard it come from several people. They're like, oh, so-and-so is going to race for a championship. Or they're not to race for a championship. They're going to the championship race. Well, yeah, everyone on the grid is going to the championship race. That's a dumb thing to say. I'm sorry. And maybe it's just a pet peeve of mine. I know what they're trying to say. It just sounds idiotic, in my opinion. Yeah, I just don't get it. I don't get it. Which, congratulations to Chase, by the way. That's, it's badass. Good for him. Super nice guy. So, couldn't have happened to a better person. Glad to see that, his Cup career is actually on the upswing. Kind of going in the upward trajectory, which is a good thing. Formula One was racing in Austin this weekend, and we witnessed another McLaren meltdown, specifically in the sprint race. And I think it's funny because Zach Brown came out and he was slamming Nico Hülkenberg because they all went through the first corner, and then coming out of the corner, Nico and Pastry collided, and it shot Pastry over into Lando and took both the McLarens out, and some other people too. But I understand as a team boss, you're going to be biased, you're going to take up for your guys or whatever, but you can blatantly see on the replay that Pastry just hangs a left and cuts straight across the front of Nico's car. And so that, I guess, it was Nico's fault for being there, for racing, And then Pastry was way off the. I'm sorry, I have a bad habit of calling him Pastry. Piastri was in a. He's way off the pace as far as between him and Lando Sunday in the actual Grand Prix. So I think we're witnessing. Max ended up winning the race, but I think we're witnessing McLaren kind of self-implode a bit. Max has kind of got his mojo back. I think they've kind of straightened the car out, and it's probably got a lot to do with the team boss. I think Max and Christian were just butting heads too much, and so this new guy, the guy from Racing Bulls, is a voice of reason, I guess, in his ear, and really gives Max everything that he wants. So, and with very little pushback, I would imagine. But it's gonna be interesting to see. There's not a lot of races left in the season. There's still a pretty hefty points gap between Oscar and Max, so it's gonna take some doing, but it can be done. It can be done, especially if McLaren continues on the path that they've been on, of just literally self-implosion, which I don't want to see. I want to see McLaren, specifically I want to see Oscar because I like Oscar, and I'm a fan. So I want to see him win, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. Anyways, just wanted to ramble and let you guys know that I'm still alive. They haven't written me off yet, so anyways, we'll get back after this tomorrow. Thank y'all for watching. As always, if you found this interesting, make sure to like, subscribe, leave a comment, turn on notifications. It works. If you're interested in diecast, t-shirts, hats, auto parts, anything like that, check out our eBay. The link is in the description. Also follow me on Facebook and X for more motorsports content. Those links are in the description as well. So, till next time, we'll see you. Peace.